Hey guys, it's a busy time in my kitchen today. It's spring, things are growing outside. I made that ricotta crostini the other day and it was so wonderful, and I used fresh ricotta cheese that I'm gonna do that. But I wanted to tell you, I'm drying herbs here. I just made fresh potato salad. I've got green onions I'm gonna harvest. But let's get to what we're really doing. I'm making homemade ricotta. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I've got my Le Creuset here, and I am going to make the equivalent of what a half gallon of milk would make. Now you can double the recipe, go from there. But this makes the freshest, the most phenomenal ricotta cheese. So you see right here, I've got a colander. I've got a container underneath the colander. I've got cheesecloth in here. So we're going to use that to strain the ricotta cheese. I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna put that half gallon of milk in here. Now I just pulled that out of the refrigerator. I'm gonna put a half gallon of whole milk. Make sure it's not 2% or low fat. We want the whole milk, okay? So we're gonna put that in there. I've got a whisk in there because I'm gonna have to whisk it. Remember, when you're working with milk, sometimes the milk tends to scorch because you're gonna wanna stir it. And now I'm gonna add anywhere from a half a cup to a cup of half and half. So let me tell you, if you want to make this really richer, and I was talking to one of my people in my fitness class this morning, if you want to make it richer, yes, you can do that. And you can add whipping cream. I am not going to do that. This is where I'm going to go with this. And I am going to get it up to scalding, and then I'm going to take it where it's simmering. So I am using the HEB half and half. And while I've got this going, I strained enough lemons to get 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Now I know some of you are, oh, I'm gonna use the bottled lemon juice. But you know what? This is really better. Now there is another lemon juice that I like, and I get it at Costco. Italian Volcano. So it is a nice lemon juice, but for this, you want the fresh lemon juice. I use this in salads sometimes. It has a shelf life even in your refrigerator, so you need to be careful with it. It's not like any of the others. And trust me, in a pinch, I do use bottled lemon juice. So I've got this going. I'm gonna stop the video for right now so you don't have to waste your time listening to me babble on. So we're back. Now, we've been going for about 3 minutes and the milk is not up to temperature yet, but it's getting there. And this is almost the same recipe as one of my friends taught me how to make paneer. And when we lived in Indonesia, she taught me how to make paneer. So we did paneer with peas and that type of thing. But this is great. It doesn't call for rennet. I know some of you are all, oh my God, I'm worried I've got to use rennet. It's no rennet. Basically, it's the lemon juice that's going to do this for you. And it really is nice. So we're not there yet. The other thing that we're gonna add in this is salt. So I've got a teaspoon of salt, and I've got 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. And this will make enough ricotta cheese. You'll see it's gonna separate, the curds are gonna separate. It's gonna make enough ricotta cheese for a small lasagna, probably like a 9x9, or at least 2 recipes of the lemony ricotta crostini. That was so wonderful. With the fresh ricotta cheese and then the lemon zest, as you can see, I saved my lemons. Really, you should zest them before you squeeze them, but I reverse that. Sometimes just, it is what it is. So I will use the lemon zest, and I will make that lemony ricotta crostini again. It was so amazing. You can find the recipe on my food blog at www.cabeuser.wordpress.com. You know, it is great if you go in and like that, and if you share it. Please like and subscribe to my Facebook page and also to my YouTube. It really does help keep the videos up. And these videos were done for my kids. Hopefully they'll use them and pass them on. So, you know, you want to make sure that your legacy lives on. My legacy will live on through my crazy cooking videos. So here we are. Let's see how we're doing. We're getting close. So it takes about 5 minutes to get it up to temperature, and you can see I'm continually stirring this because I do not want this to stick to the bottom, and milk will. If you've ever made vanilla pudding using the box stuff, you find it sticks to the bottom. This is so much healthier. Anytime you make homemade food, it is so much healthier, whether it's homemade pasta, whether it's homemade cheese, whatever. It is better than all of those additives that they're putting in the food nowadays. And I know there's a big push to find out what's in your food. Making things naturally, using natural ingredients like honey or milk or anything like that. Use the natural ingredients and not all the processed food. And, you know, watch the labels. Look at your labels and see what you've got going. You can make fresh bread easily. You can do all kinds of things. So watch your labels, watch what's going on. I think we're almost there. Yep. So you want to get it right to under boiling, right at, and just then you turn the fire off. So we're almost there. Had some wild rain today, and it was a good day to do this because it's kind of bleak outside, although I see a peak of sunshine. It is spring in Texas, and spring in Texas, you never ever know what is going to happen. So, okay, we are there. Got some bubbles going on, keep that going. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add the salt. That's in there. And as I said before, I've got my cheesecloth ready and my colander ready. And then I'll lift it up, I'll pour it out, which I need to get another bowl for, but we are almost good to go. Okay, now I'm gonna turn this off, and I am going to add the lemon juice. And I'm gonna stir that in. Immediately there is a reaction, and it starts to curdle. Okay, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I'll take the phone off, because I need to get back over there stirring it up. Can you see those curds? Yeah. See that? And we stir that. There we go. Perfect. You can see on the whisk. Okay. So we're going to let this sit for a minute. Okay, just like that. See it? So we'll be back. I'm going to pour it into the colander in a second with the cheesecloth. So I'll be right back. Maybe you want to turn it that way. There you go. As you can see, we've transferred this to the colander. And with the cheesecloth in it, what's happening is it is draining. And let me move this over here a little bit. So what I'm going to do here in a second is I'm going to lift the colander up to allow more of the draining, and I'm going to pour off the whey, the discard. Now, you can, being a frugal person, you can use this for something else. So you can check recipes on the internet, and you can find a way to use it. In fact, let me go ahead and transfer this. I've got some on my, here. Transfer this. And we're going to pour this in. We're not going to use it again, but I'm going to move this over here. And I'll show you what it's looking like. This is where we are with this. So it is going to drain. We're going to let this sit for a couple hours. And then we'll be back to show you what it looks like and how we're going to proceed with this. So it just takes a little while, but we'll be back. Hi, we're back. This has been draining for about an hour and a half, but I wanted to show you. We're almost there with the consistency. We still have to go a little bit more. But anyway, this is what it looks like here. I've got lots of liquid, which I will continue to drain off. So I'm gonna let it sit for a little while longer and then get a final product. But anyway, this is just the start of the fresh ricotta cheese. And I hope you give it a try. It is really nice, and it makes whatever you need for ricotta. It makes it really, really a great recipe. Like I said, this amount will be enough for a small lasagna. So double it, use a gallon of milk, double the portions, and you can go from there. Thanks for stopping in. Give it a try. You're gonna love it. Bye.